Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the REV'IT Moto 2 jeans. Now, the Moto jeans within REV'IT's line have always been a classic styling riding jean, but with a little pop of accordion stretch above the knees. That kind of gives it away that it is a riding jean versus all the other options within their line that blend in are very popular in the US. There is a riding segment out there that likes having the added benefit of the stretch in the riding position so it doesn't pull in the material. So I like that REV'IT offers something. These come in men's as well as women's options in the one colorway in a faded black, which I dig. And as you can tell, it has a tapered to slim cut to it. Not super slim when it comes to the overall look of the jeans like we've seen from other European manufacturers, but I like that they're offering it in a slim tapered cut just because there's plenty of Levi's looking jeans out there on the market. REV'IT's trying to do something a little bit different, but this is a 15.5 ounce Cordura stretch main construction for both men's and women's with the Cool Max built in there. So it's gonna be nice and cool in the summer months out there with CE Level 1 armor, which I'll talk about, as well as CE AA abrasion rating. But before I get too long-winded on the overall features and how it's fitting on Norman, let's talk about the fit, and we can start first with the women's. Now, first up, we have Lee wearing the women's version of the Moto 2 jeans. Now, she is 5'5", 130 pounds with a 30.5 inch belly button measurement, and she's currently wearing the size 29 by 32, which is a little snug in the waist, but she wouldn't want to size up anymore just because of how loose the legs feel. So if you keep that in mind, if you are referencing that size chart, you'd want to keep right around your waist measurement. So coming back over to the men's option with Norman on my left, Norman stands at 6'3", 220 pounds, and when we measured around his belly button, because remember that's where you take your waist measurement, that came in at 38 inches. He's actually been hitting the extra steps and the treadmill at the end of the day, so he's down about a half inch there, but he usually wears his US jean size, and this is the most important part, in a size 34, and the 34 is fitting him spot on. We actually have him in the 34-32, which we could probably get away with a longer inseam just because he is 6'3", but you can still see the overall fit fits him spot on. These are the size that he'd go with. If you want a little bit more relaxed fit, you can go up a size, wear a belt, do whatever you want to do in that range, but I wouldn't say you'd be able to go down for a slimmer fit if that's something you are considering. Both come in at the $240 price point. Men's sizing is from 28 to 38 with 30, 32, and 34 inseams, while women's, again, is 26 to 36 with 30 and 32 inseams in the one colorway that you see here. But let's start at the top, work our way through, see if the features here match something that you might be looking for. You do have a belt as well as a auto-locking zipper YKK main entry and reinforced belt loops around. And one thing I like, we'll see on the side angle, is that the side belt loops are angled just for that riding position. Again, matching the aggressiveness of having accordion in there. They add that in, it's little creature comforts you wouldn't notice. You do have 5 pockets all the way throughout, 3 in the front with the coin pocket up top with some rivet accents. I like that they've added the rivet accent away from where it can scratch the tank, but I would have loved to see flathead rivets, kind of like we see with this REV'IT logo. The REV'IT logo is blue, which again indicates that it is a CE AA riding garment. They hide that very well in the front. Clean front design with that accordion stretch above the knee. Again, that's more functionality over looks. Some people like the look of it. A lot of people just want to blend in, but that functionality just far outweighs it. Underneath of there, you are getting Seesmart armor. Now, this is the hip armor that comes included. It's CE Level 1. You also get knee armor that is formed to the knee, but this is super malleable, the Seesmart armor. Like I said, CE Level 1, plenty of breathability, as you can see, for seeing through it for that CE Level 1 feature. And one thing I love is that the knee is adjustable, so you can slide it up and down. You typically want it to sit about an inch below the top of your kneecap in standing up, because in the riding position, that's going to hike up and really grab and wrap around the knee to really protect it in the riding position, which is what we want out there. Coming down the front, really clean lines. Again, that tapered to the knee comes into a more slim cut around the calves. Go ahead and turn to the side for me and kick that left leg out. We'll take a peek at the side. One thing, I'll start up at the top and work our way down because I have a couple things to call out. You can see that angled belt loop I called out earlier. Just again, more riding features built into the jean. It is triple seam coverage on the outer side right here. Again, you get 15.5 ounce Cordura stretch denim with Cool Max built in, and then they reinforce the seams. That's what helps getting it to that CE AA abrasion. After the outer hip though, it does turn to AA running down the entire, double stitching running down the entire outer seam. And here's what I want to call out. At the rolled cuff, you do get reflective. So if you want a little pop of reflective, you can roll up the cuff a little bit in the riding position, roll it back down when you get to where you want if it's not your style, but you get that added piece of protection. Now on the women's version, keep in mind it is an unfinished cuff. You still get the reflective, but it's much more of an unfinished cuff than it is for the men's version. You can go ahead and face the back for me, Norm. Double reinforced belt loops, that's key in the riding position. You want to make sure that that is super secure if you are securing it to the jacket. And you get about a mid-rise on the jeans, a little bit higher than we see typically, and a little bit of an angled cut front to back, but that's great. In the riding position, if you're riding, say, sport bike, or you're just riding around town, you wanna make sure that that's up high enough that you're not just exposing everything to the neighbors behind you and the people in the car behind you and the family, just scarring them for life. 2 back pockets on here with a little bit of accent stitching. I'm okay with the accent stitching. Again, these aren't riding jeans that are gonna blend in super well with the accordion in the front, but I like that they're not doing what we've seen from European manufacturers where they have like flames embroidered on the back pockets or anything. It's just a nice clean line across the back with double stitching all the way around the seat, just to make sure that it's fully secured. Running down the backs, again, you can see the tapered to slim cut, as well as some accent stitching on the back just to hold all the materials inside in place, but a clean back of the calf all the way down to the cuff. You can go ahead and spin around for me, Norm. But the Moto 2 jeans, again, within the line, tend to stand out because of that accordion stretch, but I like that they're backing it up with CE AA. You get Cool Max built in, which is gonna be naturally cooling into the material. You get hip armor, you get knee armor that is adjustable at CE Level 1, all for the $240 price point, which isn't outside of reason, and I like that they're offering it in this faded black. I think it looks pretty trick in its overall cut with reflective at the cuff. So all in, I like the Moto 2 jeans. I think the Moto jeans before them were fantastic, and I think REV'IT did a great job in updating them and giving them that AA abrasion resistance. But if you have more questions, or if you want to read other customer reviews, click that info button. That'll take you over to the product page, and you can take not just my word for it, but other riders out there that have used the Moto 2 jeans as well. If you still have questions after that, you're trying to narrow down the fit or find something maybe within REV'IT's line or another option out there that's right for you, give our customer service agents a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining Norman and I in checking out the REV'IT Moto 2 jeans. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.